it is time for us to continue our playthrough. I want to talk to the computer because this red symbol is currently glowing. Ow! Base computer archives, accessing a log from previous user. Entry, a bunch of numbers follows. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while need to back soon. Yes. Core infrastructure parts received 7 items learned. Okay, so one of the things that you need to keep in mind when you start the game. Oh, okay. Learn another blueprint. Okay, and and another one. Right now, we need to build a little bit of a shelter. So let's just jump here and say timber floor panel. I would say let's just build here. So one of the things that I like doing, right? We go into the building menu. We select one piece that we want to build with. And then up in the menu, you can see toggle camera. When you press that button, you can free fly. And that's one of my favorite things to do when I'm building because it can be very limiting when you're connected to your body in the game. We currently have the floor panel, the roof, and 3 walls. One of which is a door. Let's make it 2x2. So we build this. Right now, all we need is carbon. One thing to keep in mind is that you can build cubes. You will quickly see that when you build a cube like this, there is something called, I think it's called adaptive building. It recognizes that this is the bottom wall and this is the top wall. It will change the top wall's visual appearance. This is what the top one looks like, you know, with these stripes. Then we have this pure wall, and then we have this bottom. Whatever you do, if you for example add another wall here, which I can't because I'm missing carbon, this top wall is recognized as a top wall and will look like this. And while this one is right next to this one, since there is this middle wall, this one will be the top wall, and that's why these look like that. And sometimes this can be really annoying because, you know, you are going for a specific aesthetic and you don't want your building to look like that. There's a couple of things that you can do to avoid that. Let's say we wanted to make our walls all look like this middle one, right? So we're going to go back into the menu, and here you can see these little 2 lines. That's a sign that you can expand the menu. You can press X and it will expand the menu for you. This new variant's hotkey is only showing in the freighter for me. That's why I know that it's the button X. I'm not sure what it is for other platforms though. So if you guys know, you're very welcome to let me know in the comments. The regular timber wall will be the one that is adapting. Then we have the timber wall base, which is the bottom part. Then we have the middle part and then the top part. So you can literally just choose whichever one you want to instead of having the adaptive one if that's what you want to do. So let's choose this one. Let's put 3 on top, and there you go. All of them look the same. Let's choose this base one. All of them look the same, and you can have this striped effect going. As you can see, you can't see anything because it's dark. Okay, we ran out of parts. We're gonna go and hunt some carbon. I like to make my walls too high because that just means that I don't feel claustrophobic when I'm in my buildings. At the same time, there are pieces that we will build that will be too high, too tall for just one of those wall heights. Let's pick this up. I have no idea what I put in there. Carbon, ferret dust. Ooh, nice. Technology read. That will never get old. I've been playing No Man's Sky since 2018, and every time I hear those, you know, the computer saying technology recharged or storm incoming, I always mock the computer voice. I am a terrible person. I have a little bit more carbon now. Let's jump back in here. Boop, boop. And then we are going to add more of these walls. As a roof, you can use either these roof pieces or you can just use a floor as well. I'm going to use a floor because this additionally costs me ferret dust. Or I usually do, I should say. I mean, it really depends on you if you want to have this thick boy. And if you point at a wall, for example, you can also change the color. If you go and press G, you can see different types of wood. So you can see that the blue version has different stripes depending on what kind of piece you're using, right? And that goes for any other color. Let's say we want to change all of these colors, right? So what you can do is, let's say we want to make these red and, what is that, gray, oak, and red. So which color is selected, you can see with these corners here, right? When you right click out of the menu and you hover over a piece, if it's the same color, it won't have any, you know, different visuals. But if you go on a piece that has a different color, then you can see the selected color that you currently have on your color picker right here on the screen. And as soon as I click on here, it will transfer that color and you will have it here. And then we're going to add one door, maybe a very simple block. So let's say you want to build something and you don't know where to start because, you know, there's so many options and you don't have a real starting point. The first base really doesn't matter that much. Don't feel like you have a pressure to find the perfect planet to build your first base on. This is part of the tutorial and you can have so many bases. I think 400 bases, correct me if I'm wrong. That kind of, you know, puts things into perspective. It's not, nothing is really permanent if, you know, you don't want it to be. Don't worry about it. Just put one down so you can continue playing the tutorial. Journey milestone accomplished. What did we accomplish now? Oh, I've just walked a lot. Okay. That's great. Thank you. All right, let's see what the menu says. There we go. Investigate base computer archives. Okay. Talk to it again. We have to do this a couple times now. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry. A bunch of numbers follows. Construction largely something a success. Recovered salvage data from nearby, plans logged, scans indicate additional subterranean devices, beginning search, extract plans. Whoever recorded these logs evidently had some success. I have access to their plans and perhaps I can learn from their efforts. And we learned a construction research unit. Perfect. You can create a lot of insanely amazing builds if you are creative. And if you are not there yet, you will find a lot of inspiration in what the community is building. There's really, really cool buildings out there, a lot of different building techniques. If base building is one of your things that you like to do, or it's something that you're interested in getting into, No Man's Sky gives you a lot of options for that. Let's put our portable refiner here. That's part of our base. I'm gonna go into your building menu. We also need to make a construction research unit. All right, we need magnetized ferrite and carbon nanotubes. So pure ferrite to magnetized ferrite is a 2-to-1 ratio. We have enough pure ferrite. Let's do that. You can also stop the process and just tell them the exact amount you want to do so you don't make too much in case that's important. There we go. And now we have all of the pieces that we need and could plop this down. Let's put it right. Let's see what the log says. Find base modules, unearth blueprints, extract salvage data from buried technology, and spend them at the construction research unit. So let's talk to the unit real quick and see what this has. Analysis unit online. Diagnostic suggestion. Users should recover salvage data. This will show you a bunch of different things that you can build. Base teleport module is something that we definitely want. You can see up here that you can scroll through the pages and there's so many menu options. And this is not even all of it. This is the base available technology. We have the timber walls made out of wood, then the stone walls, the alloy walls. They all have a different unique look to them and you can choose which ones you want to build with or unlock. Everybody likes to build differently. And it's absolutely up to you if you even want to unlock these or not. Certain ones you will want to unlock because they will give you some additional gameplay options. Since we have already collected 2 salvage data, I can unlock them. And this is all you do to get these blueprints. There we go. We already have this. And we need metal plating, carbon nanotubes, and we'll be able to build that, which, you know, we can do real quick. We need carbon nanotubes. We have a couple. Hover over 4 of these. Go back into the menu, select this, and here we go. This is one of the technologies that I mentioned earlier that is too tall to put it into a 1 height building. And so that's why I like to build too high so I can actually fit the teleporter in. All right, there we go. So if you click the first option, it will bring you to buildable technology. If you select structures, it will bring you directly to the walls. But by pressing the option to go left and right, you will be able to scroll through all of them and see all of them. You can kind of see that, you know, you need to unlock this one before you unlock that one. Some of these have already been unlocked for us, so we have base structures available to us, and you can see how much salvage data you will need for these to unlock the blueprints. So the problem with this guy is that we have insufficient power and we need to at least unlock something that creates power. So let's go into the menu and find out what that would be. And right here you can see the base teleport module. Let's go further down. The biofuel reactor is right here. This one creates electricity by using carbon. We only need one salvage data, and that should definitely be easy to do. The next one will be electrical wiring. That's definitely also something that we need. I actually think, oh yeah, there you go. You can see on the left that it doesn't even cost anything. So as soon as we have this, we will unlock that as well. Let's see real quick. We're looking for this Wi-Fi symbol over there. We'll just mark it. Let's collect. The reason why I mined this, I told you guys before, just experiment. Marrow bulb gives you sodium as well. Angel, thank you again in the comments for reminding me. Whenever you use the jetpack, you can see that there is additional arrows going up from your life support. The arrow is there right now as well, but there is triple arrows whenever you use the jetpack. So it uses up life support whenever you use the jetpack. We will be able to add some technology to this to make it a little bit more efficient. Up until then, we need to also keep an eye out to have enough life support gel so we don't run out of that. Remember the trick where I showed you guys whenever you are close to a hazardous plant like the bitey mini plant, you guys can actually jump into first person and will be able to collect the oxygen just by looking at the plant. Sometimes it's actually possible with the berry technology module as well. You can select your terrain manipulator, dig down, and then get there. However, boom, first person, salvage data, collected. This is also something that is really handy. You have a little hotkey here. You can see that I have the first person hotkey to 2. On the bottom, it shows you how you can quick bind, and it's really, really helpful. I don't know if it's available for anything but PC. Let me know in the comments what kind of platform you guys are playing on. 90% of the time, you really don't even need the terrain manipulator to get to these pieces. There we go. Collect. Boom. Another one. You get between 1 and 3. Oh, there you go. We actually got 2. The probability of you getting more than 1 is actually really high. If you also want to make money, you can see that 4 of these are currently worth 200,000 units. That's also a really good tip to make a lot of money in the beginning of the game if you wanted to. There's a 3-star curious deposit. No way. This is my starter planet and I find curious deposits. I can't mine them yet, but these are incredibly valuable, guys. So you remember how we want to have nanites to get ourselves some technology? These guys, you can mine these and then refine them into nanites. It's seriously worth it, especially if you find a deposit like this. When you look around and you see something with 3 stars, or even 1 or 2 stars, it has some sort of valuable object. You have to be careful because there might be planet protectors. When you look into the sky, you can see that sentinels, that's what they're called, are minimal. So we don't need to really worry about them right now. I can't really see one around anyway. But if you see them, you can either run away or you can also fight them. But that's something for the future. So as you can see, as soon as I start to mine it, even if I can't really mine it, because I need the advanced mining laser, these guys will run away. People like to build bases really close to these guys, and then you can just go in and collect all of these, refine them, and get your deposit. And the cool thing about these is they actually respawn when you walk about 1,500 units away. And you come back, they will be back and you can just farm them again. If you find curious deposits on a planet, you know that there will be more curious deposits on the same planet. And since we found curious deposits, we are going to just delete this whole base, select this and delete our base. I don't know what that sound is. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys ever see little glitches in the matrix like this, as you know, the game is procedurally generated. Everything, every planet, caves, and everything that you find. And so sometimes things just don't line up. We're going to build our base computer here. You can see that this costs chromatic metal again. When you build your base computer, if I wanted to, for example, I could just pick this up right now. As long as I haven't pressed this, I can pick this base up and put it somewhere else because it's an item. But as soon as I claim the base, it is bound to this place, and if I want to remove it and delete the base, that base computer is deleted and you won't be able to place it again. You will have to craft one made out of chromatic metal again. That one ball that we kind of lasered is all the way over there. However, usually it would be around this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a little confinement around these. I don't want to use ground items like these floor panels because as soon as we place one, let's holy crap, guys. That knock scared the shit out of me. So I just like a real life jump scare. It's really dark here. It's not in the middle of the night, but dark enough. This person knocks on the window. I think it's Mike. I open the door and I ask him, hey, did you knock the door? And he's like, no. Okay, look around towards the window where all of the curtains are closed. However, there was like a little gap in between. So I thought it was kids or something. I don't know. Stay calm. What's going on? I listen and I hear there is a person outside talking. Who is that? What's happening? This person starts talking and I did not understand what they were saying. Opened the curtain to see absolutely nothing because it was dark as I decided to grab my phone to try to at least see something. Pointed outside. A person pops up. I did not understand what he was saying. Mike, in the meantime, had come over and understood what he said. So he started replying. He was supposed to pick something up and was looking for a specific address while he just knocked because he couldn't find his place and his battery died apparently. We told him where to go and all was fine. But oh my god, that knock. In the meantime, I have built this little confinement. So even if, and since we can't mine this anyway right now, and they will respawn until we're back, so even if we make them run away, they will all land in the back, they won't roll away far, and we will be able to collect them. That's why I was excited to find curious deposits on this planet, because they are not that common. You can find them around. There is unfortunately no proper planet attribute that you have to look for. There's a couple of certain plants, minerals that you can only find in a specific type of planet. And that's why it's lucky that we found one. So I did not want to pass up this opportunity and fence these in. You can see that the ground kind of disappears around this, which one of the rules of No Man's Sky is the ground always comes back. Even if you can see that the ground kind of disappeared. Even if you would use your terrain manipulator to open up the ground always returns, sadly, but you can't really build cave bases where you create the cave yourself. One thing to keep in mind is that, and I did that. Okay. Let me just remove this. Oh yeah, that's, by the way, a trick to get that part. Whenever you build something and it's accidentally in the ground, you can build one of these floor pieces attached to it so you can get to that piece and can remove it. And by the way, for the door, the same thing happens as well. What I can do is just expand this and then be able to choose this one from the menu. So we now build a little square house with a backyard that we will be using as our main base for now. By the way, you can grab this and also rotate it after you've built it. Now let's put this here and it will build back up, turn around towards us. And it looks a little bit better than, you know, it pointing away. We're gonna go into the menu, build this guy again. We know that we have all of the materials. No Man's Sky is a game where you don't waste materials. Whenever you build something and you remove it again, you will get all of the materials back. We have collected a couple of modules. We're going to unlock the biofuel reactor, and the wiring is also something that we need. We're going to go back into our building menu. We're going to use the biofuel reactor, put it right here, and then by pressing Q we can connect these two to one another. Then all we need to do is fill up the furnace with condensed carbon, and you can see the portal is working.